You want the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth about sports in the state of Michigan? You've got the truth, all right. Can you handle the truth? Find out right now on the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast, the show that detects and provides truth, research, and statistics about the Tigers, Lions, Red Wings, Pistons, Wolverines, and Spartans. Subscribe to its YouTube channel at the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast and listen to it in audio form wherever you get your podcasts. Follow it on X, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok at Michigan_Truth, and like its Facebook page. Also check out our website, the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast.code80x.me, and donate to the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast for Autism on GoFundMe, and know the truth.
I'm Taylor Phillips, your Michigan Sports Truth Detector. Got a lot to talk about. All teams being covered this time. First off, our disclaimer: this podcast is hosted by someone who has autism and is not for entertainment purposes. The views expressed by the audience, let alone fans, do not reflect the truth and reality about our teams. So let's start off with the Tigers Tribune. MLB Network insider and columnist Jon Heyman said on the Bleacher Report, let me see here, on the Bleacher Report walk-off show podcast, video podcast, saying that the Tigers treating Tarik Skubal is now unlikely. And here's why. There's just too much money being involved. Even the Dodgers can't even afford to trade for Tarik Skubal. There's just way too much value into it. And that means the Tigers will likely keep him for the entire 2026 regular season. And after that, they will have a tough decision to make because, as we're all aware, he becomes an unrestricted free agent after that season. Now, one can only wonder whether they can sign him to an expensive new contract or contract extension, or let him get signed by an elite team with a lot more payroll money and get not very little in return. So we'll have to find out. The Tigers catch a small break, keeping Tarik Skubal for the entire 2026 regular season, and then who knows what the future holds for Skubal and the Tigers, for Skubal and the Tigers organization. So the Tigers have already shown interest in other starting pitchers such as Chris Bassett, Jose Quintana, and Nick Martinez from the Cincinnati Reds. Those three pitchers are very, very valuable in this free agent hot stove market. I'll have to dive a little deeper into those three players next time. The Lions lowdown. The Lions hire former Arizona Cardinals offensive coordinator Drew Petzing as their new offensive coordinator, replacing John Morton. Dan Campbell had to take over, of course, as we all recall, for John Morton's play calling duties on the offensive unit. Now, fans are frustrated with that because Arizona had the 19th ranked offense in the NFL last season compared to the Lions' 5th ranked offense. The Cardinals finished 7th in passing yards with 3,955, but finished 31st in rushing yards total with just 1,583, averaging fewer than 100 per game. Those are the cons. Now the pros. Now on the Green Light with Chris Long podcast, Chris Long himself said that with the elite running back duo in Detroit of Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery, the hope is to fix that concern for Petzing. Meanwhile, he brings help to Detroit, particularly in goal-to-go situations, like 1st and goal, 2nd goal, 3rd and goal, 4th and goal. He also found out that the goal-to-go stuff for Detroit this year was terrible, The Lions, not the Cardinals, the Lions were 27th in successful play percentage in the low red zone, that being the 10-yard line or inside the 10. And the Cardinals were, through 2023 to 2025, were top 10 in those spots in goal-to-go situations between the goal line and 10-yard line. And another area that Chris Long pointed out that Petzing helps build is the running ability for Detroit. There will likely be a shift in scheme with the coordinator to fit his run game that was successful with James Conner, star running back James Conner. My question is, can Petzing help the offensive unit with third down and fourth down efficiencies, especially in critical and clutch/crunch time situations? And how good is his play calling? Cardinals fans believed that it was more predictable and inconsistent. Petzing's Cardinals job was likely impacted by the team's overall performance. The Cardinals didn't have enough talent on their roster besides quarterback Kyler Murray and the aforementioned star running back James Conner, and Petzing's play calling baffled a lot of Cardinals fans in being labeled predictable and stagnant. Meanwhile, James Conner, that is, the running back, he recorded his second consecutive 1,000-yard season in 2024, and Petzing will start working with a lot of talent in the Lions offensive unit, including Jared Goff, David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jameson Williams, Sam Laporta, and Brock Wright. The Lions just need to fill a few holes in the offensive line, which leads to offensive tackle Dan Skipper officially announcing his retirement from playing in the NFL and will transition to a coaching role. And this is another example of why the offensive line is shrinking and needs to fill a few holes, as mentioned. Frank Ragnow already retired before the last regular season in 2025. The Lions are also predicted to release offensive tackle Taylor Decker. Graham Glasgow has also been injury prone. Penei Sewell is doing everything he can, but he can't do it all by himself or while shorthanded. He needs more help. Tate Ratledge has just completed his rookie year. So that tells the whole story. The Lions have to rebuild the offensive line through both free agency and the draft combined, or one of the two following. Let me take a sip of my water here. So there have been quite a few Lions offensive linemen and tackles that have been getting old already. So, and that includes Ragnow and Dan Skipper. But Taylor Decker's not quite that old yet. He's still like in his early 30s or something like that. But the offensive line needs a lot of help, a lot of hole filling. You know what I'm saying? So the Lions are going to have a lot of work to do this entire NFL offseason, especially after Super Bowl 60, whoever will make it. Broncos and Patriots, also the Rams and the I forgot who they were playing. Let me take a look at the score app. The Rams and the Seahawks, 6:30 at Lumen Field on Fox, the NFC Championship game. Patriots at Broncos tomorrow at 3 on CBS in the AFC Championship game. Oh, man. These are tough predictions for me to make. I'm just going to let them go. The main focus is our Detroit and Michigan sports teams, and we know it. So that's the Lions lowdown. Now to another edition of As the Winged Wheel Turns. The Red Wings are focusing on a lot of trade deadline targets, such as Artemi Panarin, Vincent Trocheck, Justin Falk, Robert Thomas, Boone Jenner, Elias Peterson, and Mario Ferraro. Let me take a look at advanced hockey stats. If I may, I got to subscribe, or not subscribe, but log in, rather. And then I got to turn on the share screen. All right, here we go. First off, Artemi Panarin. Players, cards. There we go, player cards. There we are. Artemi Panarin. There we go. 98% projected WAR. Just one small problem. A lot of categories, including even strength offense and power play, both at 94% each. 99% finishing, 97% goals. Wow. 86% first assists, 82% penalty against penalties, 78% completion, 90% teammates. Just one small problem, 28% even strength defense. So that's just one thing that he's going to have to start working on. And then we got Vincent Trocheck. Vincent Trocheck, 34% projected WAR. His holes, even strength defense at 13, even strength defense, 13%, 22% penalty killing, 42% finishing. His 50% is penalties. Sometimes he can't stay out of the box. But the above 50%ers, even strength offense, 56%, power play, 75%, goal scoring, 64% efficiency, first assist, 85% projected efficiency, completion, 87%, and teammates, 92%. All right, so less value for from Trocheck than from Artemi Panarin. Well, now let's check in on Justin Falk, 3%. Oh man, at least he has 0% offense, 3% projected WAR, 10% power play, 24% finishing, 26% first assist, 23% penalties. He definitely can't stay out of the box. Competition, 45%, teammates, 25%. Not a team player. But two above 80, two values above 80 at 80% or higher. Even strength defense, 81%, and goal scoring at 80%. So at least there's that. But still, not very valuable. Justin Falk. Robert Thomas is next. 92%. There's a guy that the Red Wings could use at center and right wing. Robert Thomas, 92% projected WAR, 97% even strength offense, 72% even strength defense, 62% on the power play, 12% penalty killing. So Todd McLellan had better not use him if they were to add him. 80% finishing, goal scoring 51%, so-so average. First assist 97%. He's more of a facilitator on offense than a goal scorer, which will take. 50% penalties. Sometimes he can't stay out of the box. 95% competition and 87% teammates. Not bad. Panarin's a left winger. Trocheck is a center right winger. Justin Falk, right-handed defenseman. Yeah, definitely not a replacement for Travis Hamonic. Because look at Travis Hamonic, 2% WAR, negative everything. Very below everything except competition, 45%. That's it. So hell no, I'm not going to take Justin Falk. If you're looking for a defenseman, that's not the guy. Boone Jenner. Center and left winger, 55%. Even strength offense, 76%. Even strength defense, 8%. Ouch. 54% power play, 33% penalty killing, 60% finishing, 66% goal scoring, 96% first assisting, 65% penalties, and penalty and staying away from penalties, 68% in competition, 77% teammates. That's Boone Jenner. So Boone Jenner is more efficient at even strength than he is on the power play. He's definitely a lot less efficient on defense and on the penalty kill. So that's a tough pill. That's a tough pill to swallow. At least the Red Wings have John Gibson in that, because he only allowed that one goal. That's it in Winnipeg, which we'll get to in a moment. Elias Peterson from the Vancouver Canucks, center and left winger. Let me take a sip of my water here because my mouth's getting a little dehydrated here. 91% projected WAR for Elias Peterson. Just 33% even strength offense. 92% even strength defense. 80% on the power play. 55% on the penalty killing. 86% finishing. 70% goal scoring. 60% first assists. 97% staying away from penalty. 97% out of the penalty box. 94% competition. 88% teammate efficiency. So that's Elias Peterson from the Vancouver Canucks. Jenner, I think, is a Columbus Blue Jacket right now. Yes, he is. Robert Thomas, I think, is Blues. Yep. Falk. He's also a Blue. Wow. Trocheck, a New York Ranger. Yep. Also, Panarin, a Ranger. So just one to go. Mario Ferraro from the San Jose Sharks, left-handed defenseman. He's more of an offensive defenseman, I would say, but 47% projected WAR, 90% even strength offense efficiency, but 28% even strength defense, 0% on the penalty kill, no power play usage whatsoever, NA, not applicable, 37% finishing, 49% goal scoring, 36% first assists, 41% out of the penalty box, 79% competition, and 59% teammates. So a little more value for Mario Ferraro than it is for Justin Falk. Look at those two, 47 to 3% in projected WAR. That's a difference of 44%. My question is Ferraro enough of a good defenseman to replace Travis Hamonic? Well, definitely he is. Because look at this, 45% difference in projected WAR between Ferraro and Hamonic. 47% for Ferraro and 2% from Hamonic. Yeah, that's quite an upgrade if the Red Wings were to replace Hamonic with Ferraro, I would say. So there's that. And the Red Wings beat the Winnipeg Jets 5-1 earlier tonight. They played back-to-back games, of course. Whoops. On the official Red Wings website. There we go. The Red Wings beat the Ottawa Senators 4-3 in overtime, and then another overtime win in Toronto 2-1 against the Leafs. And then an overtime loss in Minnesota 4-3 to the Wild, as televised on ESPN, and then the 5-1 win over the Winnipeg Jets. The Red Wings just keep racking up points, especially when needed. Alex DeBrincat, the overtime winner. Patrick Kane got an assist. Andrew Kopp got 2 assists. Lucas Raymond and Alex DeBrincat have got hot sticks, scoring goals. 15 goals for Raymond. Alex DeBrincat, 26 goals. And then Dylan Larkin won it. Also picked up an assist from Cyborg Simon Evanson and Lucas Raymond. John Gibson again, shining bright. 30 saves in Toronto. And then Cam Talbot started in net for Detroit against Minnesota in that 4-3 overtime defeat. Lucas Raymond, 2 goals, including 1 on the power play. James Van Riemsdyk from Finney and Hamonic, 2 assists. Who would have thought? But Kirill Kaprizov also, for the Wild, picked up 2 goals, including the game winner plus an assist. Matt Zuccarello, 2 goals and an assist as well. Quinn Hughes, 1, 2, and 3. 3 assists for Quinn Hughes. And remember, Quinn Hughes says he wanted to be traded to the Detroit Red Wings. Well, I mean, let's take a look at the player cards and look up Quinn Hughes real fast. 99% projected WAR, 100% even strength offense, 35% even strength defense. He's a left-handed defenseman. Holy cow. This would be a major upgrade over Travis Hamonic. 99% on the power play. Penalty killing efficiency not applicable because he hasn't been used. I would say give him a try on the penalty killing unit. 87% finishing, 74% goals, 97% first assists, 98% out of the penalty box, away from the penalty box, 76% in competition, 95% in teammates. So Quinn Hughes is a very, 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 very valuable defenseman. If anybody would ask me, if any hockey fan would ask me, does Quinn Hughes still want to be traded to the Red Wings from the Minnesota Wild? That's the question. And then the Red Wings, they routed the Jets. Look at this, 4-0 in the third period. They didn't just win the third period, they dominated it. Holy cow. And the shots were even at 8 apiece in the third period. The Red Wings just dominated in goals being scored. JT Compher, 2 goals. Emmett Finney gets another assist. That's his 12th. What is going on with Emmett Finney? With Emmett Finney, for God's sake. Wow. Marco Kasper, a goal and an assist. Kasper put some icing on the cake. DeBrincat, 27 goals. This one on an empty net. Kane gets another assist. I think Patrick Kane is 1 point away from a milestone. That's what I'm hearing. Andrew Kopp yet with 2 assists as well. James Van Riemsdyk, 10 assists. That's pretty much it. John Gibson, how many shots? 27. He made 26 saves. Only 1 penalty, only 2 penalty minutes on the Red Wings. 6 of them on the Winnipeg Jets. Wow. Everything else is even Steven except face-off percentages favoring the Wings 55 to 45%. Wings outshoot the Jets 31-27. And of course, the Tampa Bay Lightning lost to the Columbus Blue Jackets 8-5. And the Buffalo Sabres routed the New York Islanders earlier today 5-0. So the Buffalo Sabres are catching up to 3rd place in the Atlantic Division. Yes, as you take a look at right here, you read that right. While the Montreal Canadiens sink to the first Eastern Conference wildcard spot, the Sabres hold the points tiebreaker at 63 each. Sabres at 29-17-5, Canadiens 28-16-7. With a Lightning loss in regulation in Columbus, which is an ugly one. The Bolts giving up 8 goals to the Blue Jackets? Are you kidding me? Like, come on. That can't be possible. The Red Wings will take it. 32-16-5, 69 points. The Lightning, 32-14-4 with 68. Let's check out the Columbus Blue Jackets. 24-20-7, 55 points. 24-27 is a close to a 500 record, 500 winning percentage. Not in terms of point percentages, 539. The Red Wings, 651 point percentages. Their last 10, 8-1-1. Same for the Lightning. Both those two teams right here, the Wings and Bolts, they have been competing hard for that Atlantic Division lead in the standings. Wow. It's going to be a tight race. The Wings host the Kings next Tuesday, I think. Let me take a look. The Kings and then the Capitals. And then the Avalanche before the Wings head to Denver and then Utah. The Wings are looking for revenge here. Utah 27-20-4. Take a look at the standings, the Western Conference standings. The Utah Mammoth, the first wild card spot in the Western Conference, 58 points. The Avs, of course, you know where they are, 77 points. But the Wings, 69 points, just 8 points behind them. So this should be an interesting matchup. 34-6-9 is the Avs record. 73% plus 73 goal differential. The Wings plus 8. They'll need John Gibson to step up and start in both games. And the Wings have a day off in between those two. So John Gibson should be well rested enough for that second game of that home and home series against the Avs. This should be a very, very interesting home and home doubleheader. They're not back to back, but the Wings have. But speaking of back-to-back games, everyone's complaining about it. But the Wings, they picked up 3 or 4 points in that doubleheader in Toronto and Minnesota, Toronto and St. Paul. They got a point against the Wild in an overtime loss. It's no joke. Both teams were ready to compete against one another in that game. Both teams were ready. Both teams were so ready to compete against one another in that hockey game. That's no joke. The Red Wings were not tired, okay? Stop making that excuse, Red Wings fans. A bunch of sheep. Okay? I'm sick of it. Bunch of children. Grow up. Jeez, oh, Pete's Louise. Give me a break already. So that is another edition of As the Winged Wheel Turns. Now the Pistons post. The Pistons, New York Knicks, and Houston Rockets all have interest. Are all interested in Jose Alvarado. But the Pistons don't plan to make too many trades or shake up their entire roster. He might make a trade or two, or maybe just one trade, which would be enough. So we'll keep our eyes on these. The NHL and NBA trade deadlines are like 2 months away or less. But right now, Cade Cunningham's wrist and hip contusions keep affecting his play. He's come back from his wrist injury. All of a sudden he can't shoot accurately, and then he came back from a hip contusion, and he still wasn't 100%. They need to rest Cade more. They really do, because his shooting isn't what it used to be anymore. But that's why they need to let him rest. So a little mismanagement with Cade Cunningham, with the coaches, including J.B. Bickerstaff, who is an all-star coach, by the way. Congrats to him. So I can show you the results of these. Pistons crushed the Indiana Pacers 121-78. Cade Cunningham, 6 of 14. That's not bad. 2 for 3 from 3, 2 for 2 from the free throw line, 16 points. Not bad. A plus 31. Everyone was a plus. Yeah, I showed you guys that already on my last episode. So let's move on. Cade Cunningham, 4 of 17, over 4, but 14 assists, 16 points, a plus 1. It's not bad. 14 assists is very good. Duncan Robinson, 5 of 13, 5 of 11 from 3, 15 points, but a minus 4. Jalen Duren, 8 of 12, 18 points, 9 rebounds. This game was an epic battle. It was the close game. The Pistons led by, I think, as many as 8 or 10. Celtics kept coming back. Jaylen Brown missing the game-winning shot at the buzzer, missing what could have been a game-winning shot at the buzzer. Pistons held on by just one freaking point. 104-103 was the final. Brown, yes, 32 points as we recall. 11 of 28. There's Sam Hauser with 16. Neemias Queta with 10. Peyton Pritchard with 17. Luka Garza, former Iowa Hawkeye, with 10. Derek White with just 4. 1 of 11. Wow. Tobias Harris, 25 points. Team scoring leader. 11 of 20 shooting. Yikes. Harris has been taking most of the shots attempts, but just barely. 3 shot attempts over Cade Cunningham. Asar Thompson, 7 points, only 3 of 6 from the field overall. No 3-pointers. But the Pistons free throw shooting 17 of 23, 73.9. That also has to improve. 43.2% from the field, 31.4% from 3. And then the Pistons hold off the New Orleans Pelicans 112-104 at Smooth. at Smoothie King Center, even without Cade Cunningham. Jalen Duren, 20 points, 15 rebounds, 7 of 11, which is good. Duncan Robinson, 15 points, 5 of 11. Danis Jenkins in the starting lineup, 17 points, 5 of 12. He stepped up. Asar Thompson, 12. Tobias Harris with 10. Isaiah Stewart being back, 8 points. Marcus Sasser with 9. Javonte Green with 8. Jaden Ivey with just 7. Ron Hall with 6. Yeah, not very many bench points. 7, 13, 21, 30, 38 bench points. As compared to 16, 20, 37, 42, 46 bench points, 46 to 38 in bench points favoring the New Orleans Pelicans. Wow. So Pistons won 4 straight, but they lose to the Houston Rockets 111 to 104. Let's take a look at Cade Cunningham. 12 points, a minus 10, 5 of 13. All the starting 5 were double-figure minuses. Isaiah Stewart at a minus 10. Jalen Duren a minus 15. Tobias Harris minus 16. Asar Thompson at minus 14. At least Jalen Duren cashed in with 18. What happened to the starting 5's defense right there? 2 for 8 from 3 is all the attempts Duncan Robinson took. 3 for 5 from the free throw line. He's better than that. 70.8% free throw shooting by the Pistons, 80% by the Rockets. Kevin Durant, 32 points. Alperen Sengun, 19 points. Amin Thompson, Asar's brother, 15 points. The proto man to the mega man. You know what I'm saying? Reed Shepard, 18 points. Why the hell wasn't he covered? Jabari Smith Jr., 11. Josh Okogie, 7 points. The Rockets only played 8 players in that game, and the Pistons starting 5 couldn't defend any of them. You got to be kidding me. Play better defense, for Christ's sake. And improve your free throw shooting, please. And improve your 3-point shooting as well, please. 21.9%. 7 of 32 from behind the arc. That is beyond unacceptable. The Pistons are much better than that. Duncan Robinson is better than his 2 for 8 from 3 performance. 2 for 8 from 3 performance. Cade Cunningham, 0 for 4 from 3, 5 of 13 overall. Just a terrible, not just bad, but a terrible game by the Pistons, and that's why they lost to the Rockets. The Rockets, taking a look, I know the Pistons are 32-11, first place in the East. The Rockets, 4th place, 27-16. So the Rockets, pretty much another force to be reckoned with, while the Thunder are on the chase. The Thunder hold the best record in the entire NBA, 37-9. I would say 5 more. It's 5 more wins than the Pistons, 2 less losses than the Pistons. So it's a 3-game lead, I'd say, by the Oklahoma City Thunder. So let me take another sip of my water, if you will. Please and thanks. All right, so the Pistons, taking a look at their schedule ahead, I'm going to turn the screen sharing on one more time. Sunday at 3 on FanDuel Sports Network Detroit. They host the 12-34 Sacramento Kings. Well, they better fix their defense, fix their three-point shooting, and fix their free throw shooting. Work on all those, and they'll be just fine. And then Tuesday at 9, they head to Denver and play Nikola Jokic's Nuggets. 31-15. Take a look at the Denver Nuggets right now. Third place, 31-15. The San Antonio Spurs, 31-14. Just a game back for second place. Pistons at Suns Thursday at 9. And then Friday at 10 at Golden State against Steph Curry's Warriors. It's a 3-game Western road trip. Denver, Phoenix, and Golden State in California before the Pistons return home to tip off with the Nets Sunday at 6 on FanDuel Sports Network Detroit. The Warriors game is also on ESPN and FanDuel. Then the Pistons rematch with the Nuggets a week from Tuesday at 7 at Little Caesars Arena on you-know-what, FanDuel. So that's the Pistons post. So another tough matchup and another very easy matchup for those Pistons. Now the Wolverines World Beat, men's basketball edition. Michigan, the Wolverines beat the Indiana Hoosiers 86-72 and beat the Ohio State Buckeyes 74-62. Some pros and cons in each of those games. Of course, turnovers 13-10 favoring Michigan. They got to cut down on those. But 27-53, 51% shooting. So from the field, that's improving a bit. 40% from 3, that's improving a bit too. But their free throw shooting, 67%, not good. That's what they got to work on. Compared to Indiana's 83% free throw shooting, 15 out of 18. So Yaxel Lindenborg, 15 points. Elliot Cadeau, 19 points. So Michigan does get another win here. That was on Peacock while I was at work. So thank God I don't have a Peacock membership. And then they hang on to beat the Ohio State Buckeyes 74-62. They outscored them 33-30 in the first half, 41-32 in the second half. Lindenborg 18 leading and scoring that time with 18 that game with 18 points. Turnovers 14-13 Michigan. Giveaways galore, just a one turnover margin, but the Wolverines still need to cut back on turnovers and free throw shooting. 60%, 15-25. That is unacceptable. That's a decline in free throw shooting from Indiana's game at from 67 to 60%. That needs to be addressed. Period. But 52% shooting from the field, 27-52. But their 3-point shooting, 5 of 23 from behind the arc, 22%. That was terrible. So that needs to be worked on as well, along with the turnovers, the free throw shooting. So that's those are the elements that Michigan needs to work on when they host number 7 Nebraska Tuesday at 7 on Peacock. I'll be at work that night. And then the first of two in-state rivalry matchups with the Michigan State the 10th-ranked Michigan State Spartans Friday at 8 on Fox. Let's take a look at Nebraska, undefeated, 20-0, 9-0 in the Big Ten Conference, but 7th-ranked. Michigan is third ranked. But Price Sandford is one of the players to watch in points, scored 17 points per game. Berkey Bayek-Tunsil, 6.1 rebounds. Let's take a look at his position. He's a junior. He's a forward. Sandford. Take a look at his position. He's a forward. And then we got Sam Hoiberg. He's a senior guard. 4.0 assists per game. So another good matchup here. Just why isn't the free throw shooting there? I don't understand that. Team stats. Well, per game. But anyway, Michigan's got to improve their free throw shooting. And we'll get to this NC rivalry matchup one more time. For the Spartans span, which is starting right now, the Spartans, Michigan State, beat Oregon, the Ducks, 68-52 on the road. And then the Maryland Terrapins 91. They crushed the Maryland Terrapins 91-48. Let me get on Twitch right now, the stream manager, and remove that stupid comment. And ban the guy right now because he has no business even being on Twitch at Michigan Sports Truth. Thank you very much. So the Spartans take down Oregon on the road, 68-52. But the turnovers not so high, 12-10 MSU. That was a close one, but anyway, Spartans outshoot Indiana. The Spartans outshoot Oregon 57-39%, 35% each from behind the arc. But free throw shooting, oh my God, 56% at the stripe by MSU, only 45% free throw shooting by Oregon, 5 of 11. MSU shot 5 of 9. Cohen Carr 0 for 3 from the stripe. That was the only culprit of MSU's lack of bad free throw shooting. Carson Cooper was 3 for 4 from the free throw line. Jeremy Fears 2 for 2. Carson Cooper 19 points. Cohen Carr though 15 points. Let's check Cohen Carr's position. Is he? Yeah, he's a forward, not a center. Carson Cooper, he's a center. There we go. So, yeah, just 3 Spartans in double figures was all it needed. Yeah, all they had to do was just play defense and force a lot of Oregon misses. 20 of 51 shooting from the Ducks, not bad. And then the Spartans dominated each half against Maryland, 46-23 in the first half, 45-25 in the second half. 91-48 was the final. 61% shooting from the field overall by the Spartans as a team. Wow. 47% from 3. That's good. A little improvement from the free throw line, 74%. from the free throw line compared to Maryland's 55%. Maryland's now 8-12. The Terrapins, 33% shooting from the field, 23% from three, from deep. Oh, man. The Terps are terrible. The terrible Terps. Yeah. MSU took really good care of them. 4 Spartans in double figures. Beers with 17. Cooper and Carr, each with 14. Jackson Kohler with 11. Divine Ugochukwu, 7. Cam Ward and Jordan Scott off the bench, each with 8. Kerr Teng with 7. Not bad. Spartans, 18-2, 8-1 in the Big Ten. Forget Maryland. They're worthless. Spartans host another terrible team, on the road, the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, Tuesday at 6:30 on FS1. Rutgers 9-11, but 2-7 in the Big Ten. We got Tarik Francis, 15.9%, 15.9 points per game. A junior guard shooting 43.7% from the field. A good free throw shooter too, 87.5% from the free throw line. So he's a player to watch. And then that's at Jersey Mike's Arena at Piscataway, New Jersey. Rutgers, but they'll need to cover Francis. And then the in-state rivalry game, Michigan at Michigan State, Friday at 8 on Fox. The comparisons, Lindenborg and Kohler, each leading points and rebounds per game. Cadeau and Fears Jr. Assists, Cadeau 5.2 for Michigan. Fears with 8.4 assists per game. Gosh, this is going to be an interesting matchup. So one key for Michigan, just I'll aim a lot better at the free throw stripe. Michigan State, just keep wearing down your opponent. So you see the matchup predictor in video form, 56.8%, Michigan 43.2% for Michigan State. You never know what's going to happen. You really don't. So with that being said, that's the Spartans men's basketball edition. Now, what did we learn? The Tigers are keeping Tarik Skubal for the entire 2026 season before they have to make a tough decision. Plus, the Lions hired an offensive coordinator with pros and cons. It's not all doom and gloom. He has some bright spot. Drew Petzing has some bright spots. So the Lions also need to fill in holes in their offensive line. The Red Wings will need to up their game with trade pieces like Artemi Panarin, of course, Quinn Hughes. The Red Wings, I think, still have hope. And the Pistons have to rest Cade Cunningham more in order for him to be 100% and playing healthy and shooting a lot better. Heal up his wrist and his hip. Plus, the Wolverines and Spartans men's basketball teams just keep up their competition as they near their first of 2 in-state rivalry meetings this regular season. It's at the Breslin Center Friday at 8 on Fox. So that's what we've learned in this episode of the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast. I'm Taylor Phillips. Subscribe to its YouTube channel at the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast. Like its videos and turn on all notifications on the bell icon. Click or tap on live to find its latest full episodes and check out its shorts videos. Also watch it live and follow it on Twitch at Michigan Sports Truth, Also listen to it in audio form on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music /Audible, Castbox, Deezer, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, and JioSaavn. Also join its supporters club on Spreaker. Follow the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast on X, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok at Michigan_truth, and on Reddit at u/Michigan_truth. Also like its Facebook page, facebook.com/Michigan Sports Truth, and on Patreon, patreon.com/Michigan Sports Truth. Our website, the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast. Code ADX.me. And finally, donate to the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast for Autism on GoFundMe. The goal is $2,400. Until next time, this is Taylor Phillips signing off. Stay on the lookout, and remember, I always observe and detect the truth about Michigan sports because the truth is out there in the state of Michigan. Ta-ta, hit him with a hind, power to the people, baba booey to y'all.
High-speed internet service provided by Cherry Capital Communications in Elk Rapids. Visual wardrobe props provided by Creative Embroidery of Cadillac. Statewide business endorsements go to Fox Motors, Cops and Donuts, Grand Traverse Pie Company, J&H Family Stores, Positive Chimney and Fireplace, Farm Bureau Insurance, Michigan's Adventure, Alpine Chocolate House in Manistee, Boyne City, Gaylord, Plymouth, and Sault Ste. Marie, Hudsonville Ice Cream, Grandpa's Mini Donuts, Rally House Michigan and Rally House Detroit, Tom's Food Markets, Beacon and Bridge, Fago Soda, Detroit Wing Company, Simply Delightful, JR's All-Star Haircuts for Men, Tropical Touch Spa, Main Street Rocks, G's Pizzeria, Westco, 7 Brew Coffee, Gardner White Furniture, and BC Pizza. Metro Detroit area business endorsements go to the Annex Detroit Nightclub and its Annex Angels, Geno Surf, Avenue American Bistro, Mochi Nut Donut and Boba, the Edo Ramen House in Southfield, the Great Lakes Crossing Mall in Auburn Hills, Empire of Detroit, Modern 7 Bistro, Northville Sports Den, the Union Barber Shop in Birmingham and Ferndale, United Mobile Power Wash at Dry Ice Works in Southfield, Frothy Girl in Hortonville, Spot Truck in Dearborn and Detroit, Athletico Physical Therapy on Woodward Street in Ferndale, Detroit Pizza Company, The Blind Owl in Royal Oak, Brass Rail Detroit. Cali Tickets, call 877-225-8425 or visit CaliTickets.com. Reliance Pressure Washing, The Jagged Fork, Goodman Acker PC, Northwestern Technological Institute, Green Lantern Pizza, The Pins Bowling Center in South Lyon, Impact North in Ortonville, Vitamin Shop in Auburn Hills, Legacy Family Dental Center in Dearborn, 350 Terrace, and Hodges Subaru. Local business endorsements go to Cherry Capital Communications in Elk Rapids, The Outsider in Manistee, the Silver Dollar Pub and Grill in Roscommon, Toy Town of Cadillac and Reed City, the Landing Zone in Gaylord, the VI Grill in Suttons Bay, West Michigan Massage Therapist Emmeline. Visit zenwim.com. The B4 Foundation in Ithaca, Wexford Community Credit Union in Cadillac and Lake City, Jay's Sporting Goods in Gaylord and Clare, The Front Porch in Suttons Bay, Trout Town Tavern and Eatery in Kalkaska, the El Cilantro Taco Shop in Petoskey, Bay Mills Resort and Casino in Brinley, Fuel Up Nutrition in Clare, JNS Hamburg in Traverse City in Kingsley, United Food Service Solutions in Grand Ledge, Friendly Foodies in Alpena, the Asian Buffet in Cadillac and Traverse City, Luddington Meat Company, McBain Hardware, Vandry Home Furnishings in Cadillac, Houghton Lake, Big Rapids, and Traverse City, Pearl's New Orleans Kitchen in Elk Rapids, Rogers Food Center in Lake City, Everett, and Reed City, Herman Hiss and Company in Bay City, Fletcher's Pub and Texas Corners in Kalamazoo, the Michigan Theater of Jackson, Hooters in Saginaw, Anna's House in Grand Rapids, Coffee Beanery in Flushing, Merritt Speedway, Northport Pub and Grill, Northern Logistics, and Spicer's Boat City in Houghton Lake. Traverse City business endorsements go to Honest Eyes Optical, Moomer's Homemade Ice Cream, TC Man Cave, K1 Speed, Play It Again Sports, Erica Nita of Traverse City Real Estate, Yen Yoga and Fitness inside the Delamar Resort on Front Street, Firefly Kitchen and Bars, Traverse City Fun Running, Bergstrom's Burgers, Margarita's Grill, Wellbeing with Catherine Palms, Traverse City Comfort Advisor by Comfort Center, Bayview Flooring, North Coast Golf Shop, Dockside Market, Anna Very Fine Foods, and Team Bob's Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Cadillac business endorsements go to Cadillac Grill, Cadillac Nutrition, Cadillac Horizon Books, Creative Embroidery, Michigan Coffee Company, Pro Quality Cleaners, Raven Social, Wildflower Bakery, Northern Star Event Rentals, Primo's Barbecue, Wexford Jewelers, Evolve Yoga and Fitness, Chunky Bear Coffee Roasters, The Truck Stop, Cadillac Lofts Apartments, Bigelow Supply, The Food Mafia's Let's Roll With It Rolled Ice Cream, Evergreen Resort with Curly's Bar and Grill, Cheese Tanning Salon, 5-star real estate agent Stacy Zirkle, The Pine Sports Bar and Bowling Center, Pizza Plus, Chico's Taco House, Baldwin Family Healthcare, Blue Heron Cafe, The House of Hunan, Wexford Senior Care Center, Max Swings Indoor Golf, Beaner's Pizza, Cabernet Peaks, Burke's Waterfront Restaurant, The Cadillac Party Lounge, and The Sweet Shop. Lake City business endorsements go to Cuts by Melanie, the LC Tap House, Hutchinson Septic and Excavating, The Coffee Cup, It's a Denise Jewelry, To the Moon Bakery, Northern Auto Lab, Hammer's Pub and Grub, Shoreline Cafe, Rustic Hog Barbecue, Pancho Villa Mexican Grill, the AL Trading Post, and the Misaki Golf Club Golf Course.